What's going on, everyone? This is Silent Mix, and today I'm here to give my review for WWE Clash of Champions. Clash of Champions happened yesterday, September 25th, 2016. For those that are wondering why I'm doing my review today, for those that knew or don't know, I was actually in Indianapolis, Indiana for Clash of Champions from Chicago to Indianapolis. Kind of a long trip, was about 3 hours. Felt short though. At least the trip felt very short. Now, kind of a disclaimer here. There might be some things I might have forgot, maybe spot-wise, or the order of the match, so kind of bear with me here. But I will get through all 8 of the matches which we had today. And obviously I was here live, so my review will probably be way different than watching it on TV, seeing that I was here live. So bear with me, and like I say, some of these matches might, the rating might be a little bit too high because I was there live, so kind of a disclaimer right there. But alright, Clash of Champions for September 25th, 2016, here we go. The night kicked off with the kickoff match, which was Nia Jax against Alicia Fox. Funny thing, the crowd for some reason was very red hot into this match. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because it was a kickoff match or what. Very, very unusual. At least how I felt it was. Match was kind of like what it was. It was okay, very predictable. At least I felt that Nia Jax was going to pick up the win here, which she did. Match went on for, I think it was like 6 or 7 minutes. I predicted in my prediction video that was going to go on for like, I think it was like 4 or 5, so I was a little bit off there. But match was okay, nothing too special. Nia Jax picks up the win with some pump handle. I think it was a pump handle slam that she did. So I don't know why she ditched the other move that she was using. I give the match a 2 solid out of 5. Up next on the main card was, I believe, yeah, the night kicked off with the Gallows and Anderson versus the New Day for the Tag Team Championship. I thought this was a good match. It had I love the one part where Gallows and Anderson took out Big E and Xavier like right out of the gate of the match. Gallows and Anderson dominated for, I would say, it was like half of the match. And then the New Day got its momentum back, so they even out the score there. Crowd was into this match. Going in, as I stated in my predictions video, I did not think Gallows and Anderson were not going to win the match, which I predicted right, that the New Day was going to win. Very good match overall. I think they gave him a good enough time. I think it was like around maybe 10 minutes, 11 minutes, so it was a good amount of time for a tag team match. Towards the end, while the referee was distracted, Xavier hits Anderson with the trombone, and Big E and Kofi did their finishers, and the match ended like that. So, upon today, the New Day is now the 400th reigning defending tag team champions. Now the question is, where does Gallows and Anderson go from here? Who knows? Match was good, very good pace. I love the spots where Gallows took out Xavier and Big E, and then more like a payback, Xavier hit Anderson with the trombone. So really good stuff here. I give it a 3. I thought it was a very good, solid tag team match. And the crowd, like I said, was red hot into this match as well. So I think the crowd also helped out a lot with this match. So I give it a 3 out of 5. Up next was I believe it was the Cruiserweight bout. TJ Perkins versus Brian Kendrick. Before I get into this match, I gotta say, what the hell is up with TJ Perkins' new theme? Don't get me wrong, I like the theme. It's kind of got like that Mega Man arcade kick to it, which if you're a video gamer like I am, you'd be into it. But I guess TJ Perkins would look like that arcade kid that would go to like every single arcade booth, bar, and just play arcade games. But I don't know. I mean, I thought it was a cool theme, but at the same time, I was like, okay, whatever. Onward to the match. Don't get me wrong, I thought the match was solid, but the match was only 10 minutes long, and there were a couple problems, I felt. One, I felt like this match should have went longer. It was about 10 minutes. Should have went for about maybe 15, maybe 17 minutes. And if that was the case, this match would have been way better than what it was. And another thing was that I felt that this match was very rushed. Like they had to get their spots out with the 10 minutes that they had. And there were a few botches in the match as well. The crowd, unfortunately, really wasn't into it, which was a bummer because, once again, I felt like if that 15, 18 minutes was in there, they really could have had done something tremendous. Maybe not like a 5-star match, but damn well near a 4-star match. Damn well near there. I give, and then at the end, TJ Perkins does the leg bar, knee bar. Brian taps out, and TJ's about to be interviewed. Brian goes in for a handshake, then a hug, then attacks him. So Brian Kendrick is going to obviously be the heel for the Cruiserweight division, it seems, and TJ Perkins will be the face, which he better be the face with that freaking Mega Man arcade theme that he had. Go Mega Man and arcade games. That's all I want to say. You know what? I'll be generous. I'll give it a 3. I know some people may give it a lower score, but for the stuff they put out, it was good enough for a 10-minute match. So I'll be generous. I'll give it a 3 on the dot. Up next, I believe it was Sheamus versus Cesaro in match 7 of the Best of 7 series. Now, the match started off pretty slow. The crowd wasn't really into it. There was some good stuff here and there, but really nothing much to be seen. The match picked up about halfway. Crowd was getting super into it. When Cesaro hit the neutralizer, everybody thought that was it. Sheamus kicks out. There was a really scary spot where Sheamus was on the outrang. He was outside, and Cesaro was going for a suicide dive through the middle rope. I don't know what he was doing. It looked like what he was trying to do was he was trying to do like a flip. I don't know if he was doing a flip, but he landed smack dab right on his head. But looking back at that cringeworthy spot, it kind of looked like his shoulder might have gotten most of Sheamus's leg. So it seemed like the shoulder was first, then the head. Because once again, the shoulder looked like hit the fatter part of Sheamus's leg, which obviously probably is what saved him from breaking his neck. But thank God Cesaro didn't kill himself. He looked okay, but probably got a good headache out of that. That's for damn sure. Match continues on. Sheamus hits the bro kick. Everybody thinks the match is over. I thought it was over. Cesaro kicks out. Crowd is going nuts. Now the crowd is like really super into this match. They are red hot for this match. And then all of a sudden comes the finish. Sheamus clotheslines Cesaro over the barricade. They hit some security guy down there. And for some weird reason, at least from my angle, for some weird reason, referee looks at Sheamus, and the referee's shaking his head, and the referee just calls off the match. Just calls it off. There's no announcement to why. Cesaro wants more. Sheamus is all like staggering and fighting all over the place like he's drunk. And the crowd just turned their back on this match. I've not really turned back. The decision, they completely crapped on the finish. And it was stupid. Stupid. So now, match 7 is supposed to be the blow-off match. And now, it's like, well, what do we do? What do we do? Now this match... Now I feel like this whole series was for nothing. That's how I feel about this match. Really stupid finish. Good match. A very good match. I would check it out. I definitely would. But the finish, I felt, ruined this match. Really, really felt like it did. If it didn't have a stupid... If it wasn't for that stupid finish... I would have given this match maybe a 3.25, maybe a 3.5 out of 5. But because of that ending, I have to give it a low score. I give it a 2.5 out of 5. And like I said, that's because of the finish. And like I said, when you think of like a Game 7 or round 7 or match 7 where it's the final game or the final match in the series, it's the blow-off match. It's go big or go home for which of the opponents. And for them to do this, stupid. Absolutely stupid. 2.5. Like I said, match was good, but that finish really, at least in my opinion, it hurted the match a lot. Up next, I believe, was the women's match. I think it was the women's match. Like I said, the order might be a little bit of a mismatch, but I believe it was the women's match. So you may have to excuse me if I got the order wrong. Bayley, Sasha Banks, Charlotte, triple threat for the Raw Women's Championship. I was actually expecting a lot more from this match. Don't get me wrong. It was a good match, but not as good as the triple threat women's match from Mania. God, what do I remember from this match? I remember Charlotte giving the chops to Sasha and Bayley while they were both on their knees, which I thought that was cool. There was, oh my God, what else do I remember? I wasn't too fan of the finish, having Bayley eat the pinfall, which should have been Sasha, but I guess they're trying to make Bayley get the pinfalls and then eventually do the underdog story with Bayley. If that's where they're going with this, I'll be fine with it. But from what I can remember, the match was good. There were not too many spot fest moments. I think this was just your generic good triple threat match. But I would say it was enjoyable. Crowd was into it. And why is my phone ringing? I don't know why. Maybe the phone remembers something that I don't remember. I apologize for the phone, by the way. I give this match... I give it maybe a 2.75, maybe a 3 if I'm really generous. Well, like I said, it was a fine match, but could have been a lot better. Up next, I believe, was Sami Zayn versus Chris Jericho. This I thought was solid as well. It had a good pace. Crowd was kind of into it. They were kind of more into it towards the end. Very, very good wrestling stuff they had here. Some very good technician type, if I remember correctly. Very good athletic ability from Sami Zayn. And then, of course, the dive from running through the ropes, the DDT that he does. I thought that was really good. Jericho hit the code breaker, which was kind of out of nowhere. And what was really funny was there was a Chris Jericho fan like a few seats away from me to my left. He must have been the biggest Chris Jericho fan there was, because after that match, this guy was going bananas as if he like won the undisputed title again. Really ridiculous. I think the one problem I have with this match is I was expecting more, which there wasn't. But I think they gave him a good enough length. I think it was like 12, maybe 13 minutes. Like I said, I was here live, so like I said, I may have a fuzzy memory, which I may have to go back to watch Clash of Champions, but I may not. Who knows? I give the match a 3. At least, now, once again, these ratings may seem a bit too high, but once again, I was there live. So, if I watch Clash of Champions, I may have a different aspect of the show. Up next was, I believe it was Rusev against Roman Reigns for the United States title. This match was pretty slow for most of the match, and then it kind of picked up towards the end. Crowd really wasn't into it. They were into it more by the end when Lana got ejected from the ring. Not really much of a spot fest, just more of the crowd getting into it towards the end. And then Roman Reigns picks up the win, which actually shocked me because I thought Rusev was going to win. Actually, the idea that I had was that Rusev would win, and then Zayn would challenge Rusev at Survivor Series. So now where they go with Roman Reigns winning the U.S. title is definitely questionable. Although, maybe in a way, it's a good way that Roman won this, because maybe it kind of makes the U.S. title feel somewhat important. Not like really important like when Cena won it, but almost up there. I give this match a 2.75. I can't really give it a 3. Like I said, it was a slow match. It was kind of hard to get into. Towards the end, that's when you got into the match. But I would say 2.75. Then finally, the main event, Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens for the Universal title. I thought this was a good match. I love the spot with the table where Owens missed and just crashed right through it. Kind of slow pace here and there, but it did pick up a little bit more towards the middle. There was a ref bump towards the end. Stephanie gets a referee out there. Referee goes in. He goes for the count. Owens obviously kicks out. Seth Rollins, I think he went for a pedigree, or tried to go for a pedigree. Owens counter, pushed him to the ropes, did the pop-up powerbomb, ended the match right there. No Triple H, which I predicted Triple H was going to interfere, but he never did. So, where's Triple H? Is he going to appear on Raw tonight? Or is he just going to do what they did with Daniel Bryan back at SummerSlam, where, you know, they kind of had the story, then they dropped it, then they brought it back again. Is that where they're going with this? I really don't know. But if this is what they're seriously doing, dragging this on and on, it seems like they're going to drag this on until WrestleMania, it seems. Like I said, good match. Disappointed in the end that there was no Triple H to interfere in the match, because I think it would have had added to the match, but never happened. I give this match, I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. Like I said, it was good. The spot with the table was good. Slow here and there, but it was enjoyable. At least I felt it was. Overall, I felt Clash of Champions live, or being there live, was a good show. I would give it a 7 out of 10. And between Backlash and Clash of Champions, I would give the edge to Clash of Champions, but not by much. Not by much whatsoever. If the Sheamus and Cesaro match would have had a decisive finish, this show would have been way better. But because that match did hurt the show, it did hurt it, but not to the point to where it was like, it was okay. But it was good, 7 out of 10. little bit better than Backlash, but not by much. And with that, this was my review for WWE Clash of Champions. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed, give it a like. If you didn't like the show, give it a dislike. Comment, share, and follow me on Twitter and Twitch. And until then, you guys have yourselves a wonderful Monday, because today is September 26th upon this recording. And I will see you guys back later on for the Raw review tonight. So, take care, everyone.